Master. Clever so make you again Sktv benyo. Say my journey tina get as say my jamo. Enyi sano money emu aye yo. Enyi love mo aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I put a boy ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I sadia ya to money. And I wanna play ya do money, and I could do boy ya do money. Another forget now ya do money. That's the baby. Another forget now. Toss you work on my ya do money. Yeah. Oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the club. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise from best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, we are the best in the land, LIB. For a matter of fact, that's just the reality that indeed we are the best, no matter how you think about us, no matter your own reactions towards our broadcast. But for a matter of fact, we are the best in Liberia because we give you all of the play-by-play or all of the happening. I know sometimes it can be easy, but thank God that at least you listen to us, and you take cue of all of our discussion. And some of you, in fact, the government also work on some of the things that we'll talk about here, the things we do here, what we say here, some of the recommendations that we give to the government. The government work on some of these things, you know. But again, people, it's good to be back. What a May week. Today is Wednesday, having to be the 18th of June, for a matter of fact. It's Wednesday, the 6th month, and the year remain the same, 2025. Let's share the show, people. Today is a D-Day. You know, it's interesting. I know you don't want to mix all of the happening, all of the things we'll be discussing today. You don't want to miss anything out, or maybe you don't want to get yourself maybe busy and to miss out all of our broadcast here this evening. At 7, as usual, we'll go for a news break. Come back at 7:15, between 7:15 to 7:30. We go to the line to interact with you, our cherry listeners. You know, we love you so dearly. That's why we're always giving you the opportunity so that you too, you know, you can also come up with a little 1 or 2 cents. Let me be frank. Yeah, we gave you the opportunity to in fact, give your own view, get into our discussions, even disagree with us. Even some of you even go as far, even insulting us. How we eating food chicken, how we eating this and that. Well, that's it. You know, that's the thing, man. Let's share the show. I know, you know, it's so many things happening across the world. You know, look, let me be frank. Let me just say this. I was watching that Israel and that of Iran bumping here. You know, look, back then, way back, before I recognize few of our people who follow this broadcast, you know, way back, those of you that follow me, you know what I'm talking about. Way back by them, our forefathers, they used to fight with this thing, how do you call it? The spear, right? The spear, the cutlass, and so forth. You know, you will see, you know, sometimes we see them, Like, in fact, they interact with each other, you know, they got to peer the person side, or, you know, or you juke them, the way we can call it, right? Then at the end of the day, that person die. So after certain time, they create, you know, they say, no, I think we got to make gun so that you'll be a little distant and you'll be hiding yourself. Then you shoot. When you shoot, if you know how to shoot, then you'll be able to get rid of your enemy. That was a system by them, you know. So the people brought about gun and so forth. Then after that, again, say, no, they've gone here, killing so many, yeah, you know, no, sorry, though, but that's just the fact. They said, no, they've gone here, they're killing so many men. Every time we go on the front line, you know, the people, the soldiers and so forth, that we die. So let's just do some kind of thing where even if you go on the front line, you're not going on the front line, all of us we will feel the weight. You know, that's what we call the technology. I just passing by with this. So the technology war now that some of you, maybe you haven't watched that. Go now and watch the BBC or CNN or maybe Al Jazeera and see how the people are launching what they call the missile. And see what they call the, I don't know, interception or what those interceptive of those things that can be, you know, grabbing all of the missile up there, you know, some kind of way, you know, to our common people down the line. So when you watch the war now that's fighting, I say, Father God, it's good to live long so that we can see these things. Nowadays, if you follow the war that is going on right now between Israel and Iran, you will see somebody else launching. Then you will see some kind of team up there to also catching all of the things. No, look, some of you haven't seen anything. If you see one of the missiles, come to Truth and see Truth Tower. You see one of Truth Tower, you know, the land and not the water now, you know, but the way the land look, the same thing. How these things look, even the weight, and not small weight. So the missile will come. Then another person, you know, will put their system up that will dismantle the entire missile. So to tell you that that's what we live in. People are moving forward. While Africa is still backward. I don't want to say Liberia, but Africa is still backward. Look at the kind of war that the people are fighting, technology war. Technology. When we say, yeah, we stay only and pulling. But anyway, good evening. Whether you like it or not, that's the fact. Let's share the show, people. How far now we're gonna? Okay, let me see how better to share the show. We will play our father. Is that some of you, even though you don't recognize the man as father of the year, but he's our father, the President Joseph Yeman Boaka interview with BBC. We will play that one first. Then we come to all of the happening of the day, the John Yanti, quote-unquote, allegations, accusations, and so forth, and then back to back with the entire hospital Wahala. Then we come maybe to other issues, then we call it a day. Because we can pass by all of the happening of the day. Because even though we have the issue of the, what you may call it, the national citizen ID cards issue also, people are complaining as to what's going on. How come the process is just so slow and so forth? So we'll also chip in on that. Police, you know, yeah, police people too, they are part of Wahala. You know, all these things, so we'll patch with that. But my team will be here very soon. At least setting up. He will join us very, very soon. But let's share the show, people. Please, let me recognize you. Yeah. So that while you wake up in the morning and put your TV on and watch the war and see. It's not movie. I was thinking that if I were a movie. Mainly keep they stepping me. I said, Mary, wait. Let me watch the thing to see whether there's a movie or not. But actually, the war is not good. Let me be frank. Yeah, we got to. Yeah, we beg you, the baby people up there, just stop the war. War not good. They can't do pick and choose. The only thing. War now know who created who because of who, not because of that. No, that's the thing with war. The bullet not get eyes to see. And that's the thing with the missile. Yeah, so war not good. All I can say to that. But let me recognize all of you people. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday evening, the May week edition of the Sktv show. The team will be here Yeah, you know, it's not easy, but we got to move on, people. You move through Asadu Mesa. Thank you for joining us from Minnesota. Robert Fasulu Jackley, my good friend and brother. Thank you always, rather, for joining us. Sebastian William, thank you so much for joining us. And Woody Sidiki Troy, thank you for joining us. Blama Kane, thank you for joining us from Oro. Jeremiah Kolama, I told you that you have to get my contact so that we can bring you on one of these days also. You join us also from Greenville City, Sano County. There's a incident video following that one of your road caught. I saw river people crossing. I almost cried, but I was thinking, what are that thing that whether in Liberia or people just want to be posting things. But Jeremiah Kola, if that video, if in your county that one of your bridge, the road caught, I see the river, I see people, what? But anyway, that's the country we live in. Asata O. Dawson, thank you for joining us. Ayusha Orita Zene, thank you so much for joining us. Charles T. Cooper, my good friend and brother from the Kaufi community, thank you always for joining us. Ahmed Hammer, Ayusha, always follow this broadcast. You know, that's why we keep saying they're Google people. All of you are Google people that follow us always. Let me see. Maybe my brother say, oh, sorry, though. Ali say, yo, Ali Masale, my brother and friend, good evening.
Good afternoon from my MB born and good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. This is Aliyu Masade from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Glad to be here this evening and this afternoon and evening at your end. So what news for NASA has Mama Labira?
Thank you. We are doing great. Apart from the holding and pulling, we saw a lot of police. In fact, one of the accused person of the arson attack, according to information, have been brought back to the country. According to information, he left the country for some time, but the police were able to having another quote unquote, so people say re-arrested or what, how you may call it, that in country. And as we speak, he's he's in the custody of the Liberian government. So yes, indeed, that's one of the things. But quickly, what's your take on the entire international happening? Because I guess you've been following all of the happening there from the international world with the entire issue of missile, people killing, people launching missile back to back.
Maybe when it comes to this thing, you know, we experience war in our country. We know how it is. Yeah, some of us we told bundle in our country from 1990 all the way to 2003. So what is happening between Israel and Iran is just troubling, and I can see it's like our president want to step into that war. But rather when it comes to this thing, when I see it, it takes my heart back. What we went through, people are losing their family and things. Oh, there are lots of lives. It's not just easy. That's why most of the time when I
Well, Ali, I don't know what happened to your system, but it's like maybe you have little issues. But again, folks, let me welcome a few of our people. Even Io, let me say good evening to you, Ayesha. Sifas, yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining us. James David, good evening to you. Justin Newley, thank you for joining us. Yes, indeed. Okay, so Jeremiah could I say maybe it is true, but that bridge is in Grand. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, my dear brother, for giving me that information, Jeremiah Kula. So that bridge is in Grand. Those of you that are running after a cow, that bridge, you see the kind of country people are complaining about. The same group of people that gave you cow, let them go now and connect that bridge. Our people want to cross. See that kind of look. Ali, quickly before you come in, some of us will pass through that thing. Let me tell you, that bridge is you job. Some of you are watching on the internet. That's the kind of life that we live when we were much smaller. You know, we used to cross that river, try to go to school. Where? Eat tomato. Some of you don't even know where we pass through. These are kind of bridges that we cross way back. At the same bridge now of our age. Our children will see those bridges and we'll tell them. That bridge, see that so your papa over that bridge, and today your papa stay here. Thank God that you will come and see the bridge, the life of your father. And again, that's about Ali. Go ahead, my brother. Ali, are you there? Well, Yeah, go ahead, my brother, quickly, so that we can transition quickly to what happened in Liberia. Okay, well, is that we are struggling to get Aliu, how be it? Let me play this video coming from the BBC.
Maybe
Well, I think you gotta log out and be able to log in, maybe for the second time, to see as to whether maybe your system will be okay. Then we'll be able to get you loud and clear. But we want to play this video. This video surfaced a few hours ago on the BBC website, the BBC Africa, and this interview is an interview that was done by the BBC Africa Network, and featuring our president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, the father of the land. Even though some of you refuse to stand a man, happy Father's Day, but he's the father of the land, President Joseph Yeman Bouaka. So let's listen to this interview quickly. Then we'll go to the latest happening, the 10,000, some of you, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. We will talk about all of these things today and see what do you stand as a person, or as a citizen. Where you stand? You want the truth, or you just believe in political happenings, or maybe politicians brainwashing you, or what do you stand? So this short video quickly.
Because I want to ride them, but there are occasions that it becomes necessary. I can assure you that we are not here to misuse resources for any purpose.
I want you.
Do African leaders like yourself have an idea of lived experiences of the common man or woman?
If anybody who is knowledgeable about a common person, that's the person sitting right before you. Corruption is a poison in this country, and we are going to deal with it. This is a government that is serious about service to the ordinary person. We still do have a very strong relation with the United States. We believe that Liberia first. We think as Liberians and what is best for our country. I do not ride private jets just because I want to ride them, but there are occasions that it becomes necessary. I can assure you that we are not here to misuse resources for any.
Well, great if you just joining us. So that's the latest video on the website of the BBC Africa Network. And for a matter of fact, we want to say thanks to Fetera Yukonda. For a matter of fact, I think she had the interview with our president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency President Joseph Yeman Bouaka, the father of the land. There were the questions that were placed to him that what are riding the private jet or so forth? And yes, he said, yes, but if it is necessary, even though he criticized his predecessor as to the issue of riding private jet, but again, he's saying that, yes, if the need be, he will ride private jet, and that spark of mixed reactions from the public land on today that indeed the president not saying the truth, because mind you, for him coming to power, this was one of his campaign against the misuse of the country resources. But again, people are watching. They are also saying as to what's going to happen next. And thank God now that it is BBC also that had this interview with our president, and he's admitting that indeed he's once upon a time, sometime have the opportunity to ride private jet. But Aliu, I know that you've been following all of the happening today. What say you?
Well, thank you, Mabel. I just seen the other video said send the money and go on social media, said to know what happening and how you talking about. I know who are arrested, taken to what or what kind of Yanti, I just hearing all of these things. Yeah, well, can you hear me there?
Yes, we're not getting you, my brother.
Yes.
You are loud.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I think these are some of the things we can be talking, or people you have to be very careful when you're talking at times. Like yesterday, first of all, somebody was talking yesterday why I say I'm a sedition. United Party served the country for 12 years. The moment they left power when CDC came in, those people were protesting all in our country. And CDC just left power, they took over. When they make it, they say, oh no, sedition is supposed to talk. They just left from power. So, United Party, you people are the only people that can criticize and critique another administration. But nobody can criticize you. You did the city, you ruled for 12 years. When you left from power, you were protesting all around. Who told you, say, you people are not the real messenger? But today, when sedition talk, they say, you people are not the real messenger. So that United Party get like bro, they are the law and gospel. They will do the same thing. When Askara Great and Hospital Network, when they criticize the government, they say, oh, they will be mocking at them. Other people criticize the government, they will not talk. But under sedition is supposed to talk in Liberia, no more into politics. But when United Party leave power tomorrow, another person come, they can criticize them because they the one who Liberia, they are the law and gospel. When you are ready to talk, they say you're emotional. Okay, I just see this video. But these are some of the things, my brother, when we talk about lies and deception, that's just why you see there. President Baka, you was a vice president, and sometimes you used to leave the country. I don't know as to whether you used to go on commercial flights or whether you used to go on private jet. I don't know. And George Weah became president, and he was using private jet. And these were your campaign messages at that time that people were misusing the country resources by flying private jet. And today you see that they're not telling the Liberian people that they never knew how important it is for a president to fly private jet. And today you're telling us that you will fly private jet when it is necessary. Since you became president, how many trips you have made flying a commercial flight? Even when in Liberia to go to your own local country, after you told us after 100 days there will be no car stuck in the mud. You couldn't drive to go to far country. As I heard, I think that Beer Mountain private jet you used to go to far country or whatsoever. So these are some of the lies and deception we talk about. Yesterday, George Weah was flying private jet. You campaign. Your mock at him for that. And today you are doing the same thing. Now you coming to tell us when there is important trip or when it is important, you will fly private jet. But you will not fly private jet when it's not important. Which one are the trip or president will make out of the country that is not important? Which one are the trip? Or because that time I said George Weah went to win some playing football game. You see, so these are some of the things. When you run the campaign, you have to be very careful why you say it out there. Because whatsoever you say out there tomorrow, people will come after you for that. You campaign every day. You criticize flying private jet was misuse of the country resources. And today, you are doing the same thing. And even the private jet you are flying now is even upgraded than the previous administration on the private jet. You see? So maybe for me, I don't say much on some of these things because those people use propaganda lies to come to power. The only thing we want them to do now is to govern the country the right way. So we, the Liberian people, we can succeed. When the government succeed, every one of us succeed. God forbid, when the government fail, every one of us fail. But these are some of the things. Yes, they said it was misuse of country resources. Today, the president is telling you when it is necessary, he will ride private jet. But yesterday, he never knew that it was necessary. At your age, the time you spend in government, Joseph Boakai, somebody should be the one to educate you that a president is supposed to ride private jet. Or because it was with Manasedi, people say she never used private jet, she used to ride commercial flight. No problem. Everybody get that own style of governing. So you work with Manasedi. Why you came to power today? What Manasedi was doing, you can't do it to be going on commercial flight, but you decide to use private jet. Now you know the importance of it. But that was
so quickly before I have my own taking on the entire issue, I have the question for you. Do you also see this as a betrayal to the supporters of the rescue government? Because mind you, this entire private jet issue, I saw most of them posting back to back saying that I think President, or in fact, Mr. President, I think you have betrayed the trust of some of us just because the way you portray, because these were things that we criticize the former government for. And these were things that we also use as our campaign tools to also get the government out of power. How come now you are saying this thing like, oh yeah, okay, it's normal, we can use private jet anytime we want to? Like you just said that almost all of the engagements of president, they are all important, because that's why you go there. That's why the country resources is given to you to go up and down every day and night. So if you come and tell that this one is not important, this one is important, but you're also using the same private jet to go up and down. But there's the question. Has the trust of the rescuers, especially those young people who sacrifice their lives to see that this president come to power and do the right thing, has been betrayed, or maybe there's a way that maybe they can handle things around someone will say the fire hat. What say you?
Maybe that's a very good question. But I'm sorry to say that question belongs to the rescuers, because if I sit there and say that their trust have been betrayed, they will come and lash at me. Maybe they are happy. What they voted for, what they campaign for, they are getting it. So as for me, I'm not a rescuer, so I cannot say their trust have been betrayed. But as you are saying, they are on social media today saying that trust have been betrayed. They are the one to say it. But for me, I can't say it because I'm not a rescuer. So even if I say it, people will say something about me again. People will insult me. But it is up to them. They voted for the government. And even though some of us, we are opposition, we only want to see the best out of the government. And so whether they have been betrayed or not, for me, I don't care. The only thing I care for is let God lead President Boakai to serve our country and govern the right way so our country can succeed. That's all I care about.
Well, great. So quickly, let me just give my own take on the entire issue. I think, Mr. President, you can't say this is not good. For example, the reason why sometimes most of our women, sometimes we convince them to say, move on to the other man, come to me, is because of the kind of promises that we give to them. And when you not fulfill these promises that were given, maybe quote unquote during the time when you're having that funny conversation between you and that lady, trust me, you may not get that kind of attention that you want from her anymore, just because you lied to her. That's how she will see things to be like. That, oh, so you lied to me. So now we complain about our women, but most of us men, we lie to them. So in short, what I'm trying to say is that, Mr. President, I don't know who is advising you. Like yesterday, Ali was also saying and making some of these statements. You can criticize things that yesterday it was bad, but today you think that just because you are the one that there, let me say that that's why you see this country of ours is changed the way it is, the way it looked like today, because all of the campaign messages that some of you preached yesterday was terrible. Some of you yesterday, all of your campaign messages have even become ×2, ×3. But guess what? You are not saying that Liberians should be able to love their country, think their country, and build their country just because why? You are the one that holding this position. No! So you have to confess and tell the people, no, we're sorry for some of the messages that we preached yesterday. Some of the messages that we preached yesterday was not true. Some of the messages that we said, or some of the things that we said yesterday was lie. That's saying that was not there. That, oh yes, I shame my mother. And that's just it. If you are guilty of something, the best thing to do is for you to come out and say, I'm sorry. Look, the reason why you see today all of the hatreds back to back are all moving the way things going. For me, I will blame this government, Aliu, because all of the campaign messages yesterday, they made Liberian people to believe that this entire country was ending. That even when when they rescue government and become, or maybe when they're not in power, that means there'll be no more Liberia. Today you are in power. Everything turning upside down on your watch. If it's not the other one happening today, there's another one happening tomorrow. Everything that you criticized yesterday, the rule of law, the respect for rule of law, the this and that, people remove cabinet journal, all these things yesterday, you criticized yesterday, everything fall back to you, Mr. President. You are making the young people. I saw a message, Aliu. I shared something on my thing on the internet about a young person. I want to find out quickly, who also threatened people. And what the president said, I think in his last cabinet meeting, or so, that they had to give the young people a job. I come in there. I think I had to find out some of you who are listening, and then maybe you may let them come, maybe across that post. Yes.
Maybe it is possible that you play that video once more. I was trying to get something when you took it down that I want to talk about, but I didn't get it so clear. I don't know if it is possible you play it one more, please.
Okay, I will play that. I will play that so quickly. There's a Dawo Takalaka Williams 8 hours ago, and he said, I quote, 4 days from now on, if I cannot secure a job, a young man, I will start killing people. You see, I will start killing. I mean those in the capacity of employing. He used F word. Are we not getting to this point that young people now, they will take it? This is not the first time. I think this is almost the third post so far of this month that I've seen so far. That young people now, they are now going on the internet to write any kind of threatening statements or threatening things against the society. And the president said it. The president said, let's be able to create jobs for the young people, because when we not do, they will come after us. Mr. President, the money you use.
Yeah, but maybe you just said it. The president said when they create jobs for people, they will come after them. And these are some of the things why President Baka got the presidency today, because during the campaign time, we were all listening to all politicians where President Baka told the Liberian people that when he become president, there will be job opportunity across the country. And other Liberians said that it was because of the inept of President Weah that made NGOs to leave the country and what have you. And when President Baka come to power, NGO will come back to the country and there will be jobs. So the youth wanted job. This is why they voted for this president. And President Baka made us to understand that when he become a president, you will see children selling in the street. They will be in schools. Our brothers, our sisters, everybody will be working. And people was like, oh yes, we want job. We don't want free education. We don't want road. They were like, that road we will eat, that free education we eat. We want job. While we working, we able to send our children to school. You brought a government that's supposed to give you job to send your children to school. But today it is quite unfortunate that you see people children to Dwazo rock crusher at the age of 6 to 7 years, they are crushing rock. Where are the jobs that you promised the people? So if you say when you don't give the people job, they will come after you. So true, they will come after you people because you lied to them. They entrusted you and brought you to power. And today their children at the age of 6, 7 years are crushing rocks. So we have to be very careful. We shouldn't fall for the rhetoric of politicians. So this is a warning for us 2029 election. Nobody should just come and say, I'm coming to build skyscraper, and you say, oh yeah, we need skyscraper, so we vote for this person. Or the lies were just too much, and it is time to govern, so they had to forget about the lies.
Seriously, so quickly, Mr. President, that you stated that the young people, they will come to your offices, they will come to your places, they will come to your homes to ask for a job or anything. Mr. President, I'm saying this to all of you and that of your government officials. The noise is too much in this country. Look, let's be frank. I don't know. I thought this president was misfeeder because of his experience. But there are so many noise, Mr. President. I don't know who is reversing you. All of the religious people, they're all on your side because they are no more with the society. They're all on the government side. But stay! The noise is just too much. I don't even get it. that people will be complaining. People are posting threatening messages. People are even seeing police harassment. Every time, if this is not the other side, there will be another noise tomorrow. If not the other noise, there will be another noise tomorrow. Mr. President,
we get
don't
more
take
to see, maybe we have more to come. In as much as, for example, you listen to what Joka said yesterday, like 3,000 jobs are being given to foreigners, and Liberia
good.
can do this job. So that alone will trigger the youth that, oh, we can do this job, and they brought people and gave them this job that we can do according to Josiah Joka, the CSA
Yes,
boss. So that
yes.
alone, that's a trigger effect right there.
Even
Then
Joy
you see
imagine,
the
as I
youth,
even learned,
they
they
will
say,
be on the
even to
rampage.
even put
So
fuel,
yes,
to
so
even
these are
put
some of the things.
fuel in the generator. They say foreign people doing it. To put fuel. Can you imagine some jobs that our people here can do? They gave everything to foreign people according to the CSA boss. And you know, look, we live now in a society where I think our leadership, they have to stand up. Let me be frank. Let's say this thing without fear or favor. This president of ours, he had to stand up because you got to start providing jobs for the young people. That was your number one message, your campaign messages. One of your message that you're going to create jobs for the young people. And the brother said, yes, the message was, oh, that road will eat, that school will eat. You gave us chance. You gave us jobs. We will be able to pay our children's school fees. That was true. These recordings are still there. All of these things are still on the internet. How come today now you want to deviate from these things and make your country like is a noisy place where every time you hear people saying this, the other group of people coming up with this all of the time? If it is not protest for your own camp, every day Unity Party partisans themselves they are protesting.
Remember, these are some of the things. Sometimes when I see the Unity Party people, they are breaking off road. Oh, the papa is on bar road, Melasi, he doing there, he connecting this other road. But this were the same thing the previous administration were doing when you people criticize it. Oh, that road we will eat, we want road. This and that development we eat. And today you are happy the government is carrying on development. So you see the deception in this whole thing. Every country wants to be developed. When somebody they are developing, you're criticizing, you don't want development, you don't want work, you don't want development. Why is it today people are happy with the road connectivity that President Baka is continuing? When you people campaign, you people say you never needed this thing in the country. Why now today you're breaking? I'm in a chat room when they bring that thing that say you take it down. This is enough for politics. You people campaign, you say you never wanted development. Why is it today you should be bringing this thing and be posting it? You take it down. That's nonsense. You say you don't want development, so you just bring job and bring food and be distributing it to Liberian people. That's all you actually be breaking of development. You can't be that development will eat. You see, like one of my colleagues on one of the show said, Nobi Kanga Lawrence, according to him, or she was telling the people of Grand Basso County, which one of you people can you're been to that airport? Which one of you ever been to RIA? They said, no, we never been to that airport before. We never left the country one day. And she said that was why we even said a proof of that RIA road business. You see, the Senate pro tem now, according to one of my colleagues, she said it in Basel. He always say it on the show. So they were against the project of the RIA road, but today they are doing the same thing. So, my brother, I don't really understand. We just have to be careful and stop being used by politicians who just want to come to power to enrich themselves.
All right, so let me play the video for the second time that you requested. So this is the video or the interview from the BBC. So those of you maybe who miss out, you can listen to our president defending his private jet. Riding of the private jet from here. Even Lofa people are even saying that yes. In fact, the president was seeing in private jet even to go Lofa. So like in fact, private jet now has become like okay, that's just normal thing now. Anytime I have major issues, I will ride private jet to go. So this is the video me play for the second time.
Just because I want to ride them, but there are occasions that it become necessary. I can assure you that we are not here to misuse resources for any purpose.
I want you.
Do African leaders like yourself have an idea of lived experiences of the common man or woman?
If anybody who is knowledgeable about a common person, that's the person sitting right before you. Corruption is a poison in this country, and we are going to deal with it. This is a government that is serious about service to the ordinary person. We still do have a very strong relation with the United States. We believe that Liberia first. We think as Liberians and what is best for our country. I do not ride private jets just because I want to ride them, but there are occasions that it becomes necessary. I can assure you that you are not.
Show you that the issue of private jet, I can't just ride private jet because I want to ride, but when it need be. But you better ride private jet until all of the north. You know, one thing that I can tell most of you out there, even no matter how you can maybe get into your feelings about getting angry with some of us, the best thing to do is put Liberia first. Dig that into your heart, everything that you love Liberia. Let me tell some of you today. We are the kind of people that some of you is supposed to be telling God thank you for, because we stand tall. Even in the midst of our hunger and poverty and so forth, we still standing tall. Because you know why? You cannot criticize things yesterday. And quickly, let me just say that quickly so that maybe people can. Yesterday, I came here yesterday and I said that EDC visited my community more than, in fact, 10 times yesterday. And so far, among all of the people, some of us, we were one of the best taxpayer person who do the right thing. Just because of that yesterday, if I tell you now, people are not following suit. They are not getting their meters. Those people that were disconnected. So they feel that, oh no, if the man in our midst here, if he can do the right thing, that means we too, we can do the same thing. So when we come here, you think that we just come here to come be joking or to come tell some of you, Jesus Walker is handsome, Jesus Walker is this and that. No! Jesus Walker will not vote for to come be telling you this and that. No, if he was voted for to do the work, so he must work. That's our point here. So I didn't want to say you because I have so many things to myself, the relationship between the US, because mind you, the issue of traveling ban and so forth. I saw a long listing about the president funding, I don't know, committees that will be able to go and talk on behalf of Liberians for the whole U.S. sanction and so forth. But we'll go to that quickly. But what you take on it? View?
Yeah, maybe first of all, when the president said that they are not here to misuse resources, or I see that as a complete contradiction. For the fact that when George Weah was leaving power 2021, he brought in presidential vehicles like bulletproof for president, because the one that he took from Manasedi, he used it in 2021, and he brought in bulletproof vehicle. And this guy, nothing happened to them. And President Baka left there and went and brought another Lexus, even though when he going, he will leave them for the next president. But I saw it like wasteful spending, because this vehicle that George Weah left, nothing happened to them. And you people lie at the end of the day today. You use them sometimes. Our president had turned to a blockboard. Certain time he used a Lexus, and certain time he used the one that we had turned over to him. So that's the first wasteful spending. That 1.2 million you took to go buy Lexus, I think you could bring medicine in the hospital or to put in the health sector, the educational sector, to increase our teachers' salary, doctors, nurses. So that's just a wasteful spending. And you say you inherited a broken economic or whatsoever, and you say you are not here for wasteful spending. But now you are bidding $10 million worth of presidential palace in Vonjama, Lufakato, wheresoever. Is that not a wasteful spending? Was that part of your campaign message you are coming to build a presidential palace when Liberians' children are out of school, teachers are struggling to even get salary. People are being underpaid, all of these things. And these are the promises you made. And some of the things you are doing over there, these are wasteful spending. So sometimes when I listen to the president, it's just a complete contradiction. But my brother, we are already into it. There is nothing we can do. We just have to pray for the best. No matter what he do, I just pray himself he says yes. And at the end of the day, the country we should be successful. That's all I can say. Well, that entire speech, that's why sometimes I don't like to listen to the president, because there are so much contradiction, and I see some as making mockery out of we the Liberian people, because we see the kind of wasteful spending that is going on. We are not blind, and then you say this government is not here for wasteful spending, and we see the way you're lavishing money, now bringing 285 yellow machines. We need machines, but do we need our quantity? I would say no. Cut that thing down, the remaining money, and try to see what to do, and put it in the health, the education sector, the security sector, and team. 100 yellow machine is sufficient for Liberia. Even government vehicle, you cannot maintain them. You're talking about bringing 285 yellow machine. For me, I see it as another wasteful spending. 100 is okay that can be distributed across the country. And the remaining money, see what you can do. The private sector, a job was created in this private sector. Our brothers and sisters will be protesting around here, saying they're going after government officials for job. These are some of the things you can be on. And you will say your government, they didn't do it. This is why you kick my government out, that you could come and do the right thing. But you are even worse than the previous administration. And you like it or not, that's the fight. The last night I asked a question, but I said he served for 12 years. George Weah served for 6 years. Joseph Baka just came in power. The level of division are in the country, they will experience it in and said in 12 years. Then George Weah says, yeah, hell no. The country is highly and badly divided right now than these two previous administration. These are things you should be focusing on. You cannot govern in noise. That's not right. So that's just my take there to this whole video issue. And you were talking about what is U.S. sanction on what?
Yes, the president said the relationship between the U.S. government and that of the Liberian government is cordial, is good, is strong. So that's why I'm asking you, because, mind you, the president also have a long list of committees or people that will be able to talk on behalf of the country pertaining to the traveling ban or the sanctions that maybe may be placed on the country based on so many reasons that the traveling restriction will be placed. And 60 days were given to Liberia to be able to justify as to why the country should not be sanctioned or maybe restricted. So the president have his own committee, and he's chairing that committee, and the other committee also we have the foreign affairs minister also on that committee, and we have so many people on that committee, including the Minister of Justice. But what say you quickly, so that we can transition to the latest news about John Yanti?
Oh yes, maybe when it comes to that, I don't really know why Liberia stays trying to still be talking to America. When you listen to the orator for the Independent Day speech, and she said some of these things that America are benefiting from Liberia, then Liberia is supposed to benefit. So if I know I'm getting from Melbourne and I'm getting more, I mean Melbourne is getting more from me, I'm not getting anything from Melbourne, I can call her for Melbourne. There's no big deal in that. She said it, and you people sat down there, your clap. Oh yeah, she's saying the fact. America is benefiting from Liberia. Okay, why should you go after somebody that you benefiting from, that benefiting from you, and you're not getting anything from them? Call out from them. Finish. That's all I see. And when it comes to the visa restriction, all these things they're talking, the only thing that we pray for is our brothers, our sisters who are playing DV, people trying to bring their children, their husband, their wife, their mothers. If the visa restriction whatsoever could only be placed on government official only, I will really be happy. Let them sit in our country, say they don't want to do nothing but to be steady. Let them just sit down in our country and do what they want to do. They can go to other country. If only it can be for government official, even they say 20 years, I care. It shouldn't just be on the ordinary people. Because these people, nothing they're doing for us. You go to the House of Representatives, they will not sit over there to discuss anything in the interest of we, the Liberian people. Let's see how we can cut our budget down, our allowances, to put money in the education, in the health budget, the security, the agriculture, the private sector. They don't discuss this thing. So for me, I will only feel, God forbid, if it happen, I will only feel for our brothers and sisters, the ordinary people. But for these people, I don't care about them. A level man once said if they could just put it on the government official for the past 20 years, I will already be happy for that. Even when they can let it go all over, let them sit in our country and focus on developing our country and do what they're supposed to do instead of when they make an agriculture break. They even say get guarded behind their horses in that various district. When they say agriculture break, they get that money, they can't leave that in America. They go other places. When they get labor break, they come into America. You see, so these are people I think that not sure you're supposed to put that restriction on if they will hold, but not the ordinary people. These people, they don't work for nothing. They are not in our interest. They only in their own interest.
Yes, and but Ali, let me also join you to say yes, I do agree with you when it comes to that. That at least let the U.S. find reason at least to restrict the entire traveling ban at least on our officials. You're right, because look, if these people are not seeing our country as maybe the country of their own, because let me tell some of you, maybe you don't know, these people they are all pretending. Who will say that Liberia is my home? I love Liberia so much. Then they leave these schools. There are some of these schools that we were showing yesterday. They leave all of the system. It's all the system getting better. They leave everything.
being forwarded to criminal court A. As you can see, it's being forwarded. One of the found suspects in the alleged capital building arson case is being forwarded to criminal court A to join with the others that are already before the court. So do what sir? What are we doing? So you hear him? What's the intent of that money? On who? So this is it.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. So welcome my life with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris who make you I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, and yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the local and grandmaster.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Toss you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the local and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to sell. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. The world with my life with us, yeah. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Yanti was taken to criminal court A. So as we speak, he will be moved to the Mova Central Prison. Welcome. No matter what. Mommy are using the blade. I'm not using the sir. I'm using the sir, mommy. I'm using the sir. Which issue now? Go where now? I'll do my work. Where's that creating all the commotions though? No, but going there, I'm going to go outside.
Why you accepting the gift from Nagi?
Hey, you get promotion? I laugh. More than 2,000 person watching a war. So like what I get? They put using a star. They come in a star. You think I know what I want? No, I believe I might. No, you're too much. For the people get to lie for it. What is showing the creative promotions?
Sorry.
They mean using the point using the star. They tell me kind of step on the stairs. I know what I want.
Sorry, man. So if you want one, you want.
And I'm going out where they will go down and follow them. You get walk. They might plug. They might plug talk. I don't want to talk. What's that? So they started to take suspect Yanti at the central prison. As you can see, here is it. It's been moved to the central prison. Suspect Yanti has been moved to the central prison. There's a vehicle. So welcome. Okay, folks. So here is it. He's being escorted by 2 police pickup, heavily loaded, and a jeep, a police. What up? Oh, that is a police jeep. We're gonna see it. Okay, so a police owned vehicle. So, suspect Yanti, one of the prime suspects, he was moved to the Morocco City Court, wherein, with the consent of his lawyer and the state prosecutor, was being moved to criminal court A. So after the different formalities, wherein he was being added to the already current defendants at the court, suspect Yanti is now being taken at the central prison, where he will spend his first night today. And then on tomorrow, there will be what we consider as the hearing of the bond, where the judge, the prosecutions have requested to challenge the bond that was filed by the defense team in the tune of $440,000 United States dollars. So welcome, folks. You and I will be following suspect Yanti, according to what the state paraded and the state witnesses said, was one of those that co-defendant Dixon Sibo transported to fly the country to Ivory Coast. So he was taken to Ivory Coast after the alleged burning of the Capitol building. He was taken to Ivory Coast, and there where he been for a couple of while now, and was brought by in country by the LMP2, the Interpol. So he was at the police headquarters for some couple of days, and then there were so many claims, counter claims made by him. According to him, the police, RG, and other senior officers attempted.
Well, it's good to be back. Thanks to all of you for holding on. Yes, sometimes we fix with small technical glitches. Yeah, it's not easy though, but thank God for life. That's the society we find ourselves in. But it's good. It's good, people. I know there are a lot of you commenting. People are waiting, texting me back to back. Maybe what's going on? Maybe it's not easy. End of the country we in. That's the country. That's the society we live in. We live. So they say, make it to all. We live in a society. But it's good to be back, people. Yeah, Ali, I don't know how come. Sometimes when I slip off the network, I expect you to hold on a little bit. About you too, you can just go off like that. Is that what happened?
I was here, maybe I was here, but there's a heavy rain here. Maybe says so that you will not be getting me clearly. Rain is very, very heavy here. Yes, they must say I don't know how I went off too. But it's not
because myself, I wanted you. I need to hold on with our people because sometimes we use a lot of gadgets and so forth. But before we transfer to another one, then the time will be going. But again, people, thanks to all of you for holding on. Due to the technical glitches, also we will not be able to bring you the news bulletin. But how be it, we continue with the SKTV show up to 8 o'clock on tonight, like we started already. So yes, indeed, that's still happening on today. Suspect John Yanti also, and one of the suspects in the arson attack, that were accused by the government of the Republic of Liberia, alleged that in fact he was involved into the attack on the Capitol building, has been brought back to country. As you may be aware, those of you who just joining us, yes, indeed, that's one of the suspect John Yanti. There are a lot of wide range of allegations. You accuse me, I accuse you. Oh, like go sweet to live. We just don't travel, just be here. Or let be in the drama. So, Ali, again, you better find all of the happening. Suspect John Yanti also accused the government, quote unquote, of allegedly giving him or promised to give him 200,000 worth of USD, even though that information been spreading around like wildfire, where some people say it was 50,000, other people say it was 100,000. But for me, my entire point here, even into all of these things, before I turn over to you, I think even if somebody accuse somebody, the first thing is that we shouldn't be looking at the amount that was placed into that. The first thing we should be looking at is the truth. As to whether what the guy is saying is true or not. But instead of some of us to be like, because we are government supporters or because we are against the government, so we just talk to everybody, just talking. No, I think when people have been accused and they say something that, for example, if that man mentioned my name and say one Johnson may have called out the truth FM, he and myself we inside. That's allow me to go there. Don't come and say, oh, we know maybe good. No. But for me, I think what I'm seeing, the popular sentiments, especially coming from both sides, from the government and from the opposition, I don't think it's well for us as a society, especially coming from the government side. Look, this guy needs to be protected. That's why you see, in this country of ours today, people don't easily speak out. Just because, number one, of the bully, lack of protection, because who want to fight government? Some of us today, what we do now, people keep saying, maybe you're strong to be even to be talking against government. Who want to talk against government? So when the guy come out and say, okay, yes, is in fact alleged that the government maybe give me 200,000 or 50,000, even 10,000, even $1 US. That protect him. Then he go to court and prove his case. If it is true that the government allegedly gave him money, then we know. If it is lie, then we know that he lied on the government. But the way some of all the way we parading and seeing people, oh, yeah, you say 50,000. The family member say 50. Look, my wife got a big excuse. Even if I into some dubious act, my wife will not even know some of the exact truth until myself I come out and tell the public as well what really happened. So, only here and there, people accusing people insulting people, doing all kinds of things for me. I don't think that's the right thing. But go ahead, my brother.
Thank you, Mabel. Thank you, Alabira, there for us. First of all, Mabel, this whole fire thing, like now, this guy on the case of people talking about 50,000, people talking about 100,000, people talking about 200,000. But I was just looking at something not too long. This guy been in the country since, I think, the 6th of June, which was on the prayer day, the day we did our prayer, Abraham Day. They got been in the country since the 6th of June. He been there. And when they arrest him, that today they taking him to Central Prison. And when I listen to some of these things, he said that he was in a hotel room and government officials been going to him, telling him, oh, we will give you this amount. And when you say this, we will make sure we save you, we take you for the country. So if he been in the country since the 6th of June and he just got arrested, I think a few days ago, and today they are taking him to South Beach. Or sometimes you can say, oh, maybe what he's saying is true. He been in the country since the 6th and they had talked to him and he refused. And this is why you see they are taking him. But for me, I will continue to say this entire case is not going to be free, fair, and transparent. Or is as much that this is a political case, we know the outcome of political case. The only thing for Natikofa you need to do is to step up your game, you and your colleagues, or you have to get some international lawyers involved into this case, or else I see you people going behind bar. Because this is a government that doesn't respect the rule of law, the constitution, and the justice system in our country have been compromised. As you can see, the entire country today has been compromised. This is one of the things. The Joseph Boakai Capitol building just got burned. The next day, the president said this was an arson. Where did you get your report from? When were the investigation done? But because he was siding with one group of people, so he's there to protect them. Have you ever seen anybody from the majority bloc going for cautioning? And this is why when you say sometimes people want to say all kinds of things, they want to come after you. But as for me, I'm not stupid. The country I see myself in every day, I'm learning, I'm in an advanced country. There is no way, like when I'm about to leave my office, that when I go home, something happen, and then they will come after me. The first people to be investigated are the security that we get to the office. Okay, security will be the one to say, oh yeah, this thing happened, but so and so person came here. And this is why when I listened to the former speaker, when he was saying that if there is anything that people burn the building, then the security, then they are co-conspirator. And I agree with him. Because Gregory Kuma, you told us that their place was protected by securities. So even if there are audios that these people came and burned the building, where were your security? If you said the place was protected, so they might have passed through your security. You see? So the security need to be involved. They've been investigated why they had to take the chairs off. So for me, this whole fire incident, I don't want to be wasting my time on it most of the time. Because as far as to say this case is going to be free, fair, and transparent. In as much as this is a political case, it's going to be handled politically. And at the end of the day, Joseph Boakai want to see Funati Kofa, those other lawmakers behind by. So they are going to do everything. These people, they work at the will and pleasure of the government, the president. So they are going to do everything to make sure they get them there. So Funati Kofa, you need to reach out to other international lawyers to get them into this case along with your other lawyers, just as well a man named Mr. Kumi did in your own case. That's the only thing. But if you say you will just sit over there, your lawyers will be the one to handle the case. This government doesn't believe in rule of law. At the end of the day, this case will go in their favor. And you guys will spend the rest of your time in prison and leave your family. So for me, that's what I have to say. Bring you somebody and they
yes.
be in the country since June 6th. I don't know when they arrested him. So saying he been in the country, you never knew. And according to him, he was in a hotel room or police officers, other government officials been going to him there. Probably, maybe because he said he can't do what they want you to do. They say, okay, but then no problem, we carry you. So that's just my take there. This case is not going to be fair. Finish.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you, my dear brother. So, in short, what you are saying is that I think all of the accused officials or quote unquote those people that are being accused, I think they have to have both local and other international lawyers. Because if you don't do that, you just stay there, then I mean maybe you believe in your own system 100%. That's good. But also, if you don't trust the system, then you can also hire maybe international lawyers. So, my sister Fitura, my point is, I agree. Sometimes you may not understand, maybe some of us, what we are saying. The point here is, someone may come with a specific figure. Someone will come and tell you that, yes, the people gave me 50,000 yesterday. But do you know that maybe before the day end, maybe what's going to happen? No, you don't know. So that's why I'm saying that if the family member said 50,000, John Brown said 200,000, the other person said 10,000, and the minister come and say it's 500,000. I don't think that should be the kind of arguments between Liberians as to, oh, the figure is contradicting, oh, they want to say no. The main point here now is who are those people that allegedly wanted to bribe or to give him money? Then he have all of his, or maybe points, or maybe his evidence and so forth, and produce everything. If not, then you lied on the government. But if it is true, then that means those people that quote unquote the government wanted to use to bribe him, they should also be prosecuted. So that's the point of what we're saying. We're not saying that what he's saying is true, what he's saying is lie, what his family is saying is true, or what he's saying is lie. No. So for us here, for me, I have no side. The only thing I want is for the justice, for justice to be served. If he lied, then let him be punished. If quote unquote he was involved into that, let him be punished also. But if not, then let him be. But if you lie on him, then also you should be, there should be fined or maybe penalty for that. So that's the point of what we're trying to say. We're not saying that whether a family member gave 100, because some of you, all in your mind now, is all about politics. The whole entire thing is turned to opposition versus ruling position. So you don't even have time anymore for the judicial system anymore. It's just about who party saying this and who party doing this. No, for some of us, it's not what we come here for. The only thing we come here for is to tell you that let the right thing be done. So if John Yanti, quote unquote, was involved into that arson attack on the Capitol building, I feel like he'd be punished. But if not, then also I think there will be another maybe system or maybe something that will be given up to him, maybe for lying on him. But if he said that government plan to bribe him, good. Were you there? No. Myself, I was not around. So why will I come and say, oh, it's true that government bribe the man or allow government? No. I have nothing to do with that. Only he will prove himself in court. Good. Now you ask good question now. So answer yourself. Is it some of you? That's a good question. Between the family, the audience, and John Yanti, who will you believe? That's a good question. So you have to answer yourself now. Who will you believe? I will believe John Yanti, that anything he say, that will be used in a court. Anything you say, yeah, that's nothing. Anything we say here, that's just our own opinions on the issues. So that's it, people. Let's go to the line. I need to be able to interact with our people. Some of you don't want to, maybe anyway, but let me recognize you, Fitiwa Blamo Cooper. That's good. I like your interactions. That's a good thing to do. But again, these cases, when it comes like this, let me be frank, let's remove our own sentiments, let's remove politics and see reality. There are people, sometimes they can do wrong, but they appear innocent. I don't know, some of you, I don't know whether you even observe that. People will do all of the bad things, but they will appear innocent until you deep, that's the only time you will know that this person was involved into this. That's why if you are doing investigation, you don't put sentiments, you don't put politics, you don't put anything into it. No, because sometimes the person that you least expect, the person can be involved into some of the acts. So that's why we're saying that let the lawyers, even the just imagine, just for one person born, they are here about 400,000 plus. What kind of country? Oh God. 4 lawmakers, including the former speaker, they spent 440,000. But one man born, they're talking about 400,000. Sometimes when you see the way people want to do things, then you know that sometimes there are some things that are not just right. So how can that man born go to 400,000+? Why? Allegedly, what I'm hearing from the reporter, that the government or the prosecuting arm or the people in the court, they are requesting for 400,000+ for a bond. Why? Why? One man, 400,000. 4 persons, 440,000. Oh God. Anyway, the people, they know the reason, maybe. They know the reason for which they make the bond so high like that. Anyway, maybe that's it. But for me, like my brother said, they want job. They will say, yes, for now, I believe John. Because the only John statement will be using quote. All the people who pass around with a 1,500,000, all the kind of thousand, they will not be using quote. Only John statement, John Yanti statements, and what will be used. That one when you thinking, when you are talking, or when you are saying things, see it beyond your imagination. The reason why the people are jurors in court, some of you don't even know. That because of common sense. Now why the people are jurors? Because the jurors will be there and look at it and say, no. Even though we have a lawyer, the lawyer will go there and plead and do that. But at the end of the day, they say, no, let the jurors decide on this case.
Maybe.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
This whole thing here, or I see something there that is just a common thing. John Yanti said he was in a hotel, and when he was in a hotel, there are government officials that visited him there, and he called some names. So, as a serious minded country, you're going to that hotel. If even the capital building, they get camera there, that their hotel they will get camera. You're going to that identical hotel. Oh yeah, this man said these people came here, and you ask the hotel manager, the receptionist, they say, oh yes, so and so a police officer came here, so and so government officials, and they went to this room. Then you will believe, oh yes, this is true. Because when we went to the hotel, they said, Sergeant Melbourne came here, he visited room 10. And this is where John Yanti were. Or Colonel John Bracky here, they went to room 10, and where John Yanti were. So, you will ask him, but why you went to do in that room? Why you went to do there? He been in a hotel, you been there 4-5 times, and he was there later before you're happy arrested. What was the intention of going there? Or you can even tell out the hotel to play that camera to make sure if this is true that this government official came here. And this is how some of us we see investigation being conducted in this country we are in. But unfortunately, the executive mansion said not get camera, then I will think. So for me, all these things can help to make investigation easier, my brother.
In fact, you know it. The man called hotel. The man said he was sitting somewhere. Some of you who are posting, you have to be careful with when things happen. The way some of you do your own judgments. The way you just talk. Look, these things are things that can happen. Some of you are being accused on so many occasions. Whether you do it or not. Until the law or the police officer, they will investigate, and whether they find you guilty or not, well, that's it. But when it comes to this kind of thing, let's be careful on how we go about. Government have all of the resources. Government have all of the power. Everything is in the hand of the government. So the only person now who is vulnerable down there now is John Yanti. You don't even know. Sometimes you're talking, you take your own time. So as an individual or a person, remove party politics, remove sentiments, and be able to see, okay, John Yanti is saying that, in fact, when you hotel, the man brother just stated, which one is hotel? How long John Yanti been around? What happened? Who are those people, quote unquote, have interact with John Yanti? Then you know. Dialogue. Because, look, nobody will come on and just say, oh, somebody want to give me 10,000, oh, somebody want to give me day one, oh, somebody want to give me that. No, let me tell you. So the people that say, they say, where there is smoke, there is fire. Even if John Yanti may not be right 100%, but something somewhere is happening. That thing should always come to your mind. That no, a lady will not just accuse you of rape. That, for example, if you not pass a runner in, let me tell you, that's the thing. Out of my house. Therefore, or in fact, I'm right there on the radio. What kind of woman can accuse me now to say, Mayborn just raped me? Huh? How? So until you got to pass around that end, or Mayborn had to pass around that end, then the lady will say, oh, Mayborn raped me. Then the people say, but Mayborn, where were you? I say, oh, I didn't pass here though. But she said, then the Lord, I'm like, can I go? You have to go and answer questions. So the high look. Where there is fire, there is smoke. Where there is smoke, there is fire. This investigation will be eye-opener to all of us as to what the government say and what the people say, or what happened between government and individuals. Who tell you that government can be wrong? Well, anyway, let's go to the line and interact with our people. The numbers to call is 0770-203125. That's the number to call quickly. Let's talk. Yes, indeed, we've gone nearly 28 minutes into 7 o'clock. To this first caller, good evening. No, please move away from the monitor, please. Yeah, please. If you call in, move away from your radio so that we'll be able to get you loud and clear. You know, so many things happening we want to talk about. Yes, quickly to David King. David King, good evening.
Good evening, Mayborn. Let me say good evening to Liberian people tuning to the broadcast this afternoon.
Yeah.
You see, Mayborn, the government doing things like the days of the 80s. You know, it is only a junta government behave in such a manner and form. The way this government is proceeding with this case, I think it is not fair. Can you imagine from the 6th of June, Yanti people were brought into this country.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we understand he been in the thing of the era at a hotel where the Chinese and the Vietnamese investor were robbed by the police officers who carried on the robbery against them. He was in a hotel. And now he said that officials of government have been going to him, asking him, trying to coerce him to testify, falsely testify against the defendant. And the two sisters had a press conference and said the initial amount of the $50,000 promise, $2,000 were given to them, and they have that in a possession. So we are saying if the government is very serious to bring the perpetrator of the fire to justice, I think the investigation should start with those who were in charge of security at the Capitol building so that we can get to know who were involved with the burning of this Capitol and who took the chair, the two presiding chairs from the building and took it to the Memorial City Hall. We want to know.
All right, thank you. We want to know. So let's call up quickly. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, good evening to your panelists. My name is Emmanuel Sano Jr. I do join from District 2, Island Neo. Yeah, people are Mayborn, why you are saying this government is just doing things that will cause chaos in our country. We want peace in this country. Just imagine people like Capital City, when the majority people went and took the chair of the speaker, the deputy speaker, up to now, those people have been called for Johnny. They only focusing on those who from the minority group. So that will show that this government is all political which one against the opposition. But we want to tell them that Liberia first, Liberia last. We want peace in this country. Peace. To need your officials to pick up on themselves. Well, we need the police inspector, the Inspector General of the police. This may want to cause chaos in this country and later keep on this country because we already know that this police better have a citizenship for America, so you want to cause chaos in this country, and we, the common people who will get caught in business for ourselves. So thank you for this time.
Thank you. To this caller, good evening. Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Yes, man, dear, go ahead.
Yes, good evening to Aliyu. My name is Hussein Kewu. I call from Jacob. So I listened to the different analysis. So let me respectfully disagree with Aliyu when he said the government is tapping a particular group of people or people from the CDC. And have you done your research to know that the guy you're talking about, he's a close ally to one of the indecent people. In fact, this man grew up with decent people do everything for him, and decent people being one of the accused. So I know you to be one investigative journalist. So I want you to go beyond this investigation and know the link this guy has with the accused, those that have been accused, more especially the business. You know, this thing is legal. People try to buy sentiment, wanting to compromise this issue only because they have political. I am not saying in no way that whether you're right or wrong, because I'm not a judge of the court. The judge will determine that. In fact, Aliyu is undermining the entire justice and saying the president is compromised. Aliyu, since the president he has not appointed any justice of any subordinate court or the Supreme. The only person that was appointed is right at the Supreme Court. Other than all, President Buhari have not appointed any justice of the subordinate courts.
All right, thank you so much. To this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mayborn. Let me say a very big thank you to you and the four abroad. This is Sam. We are usually joining you from a Louisiana residence. maybe if you have a group of people who are not prepared and you give them state power, this is the result that you will get. When the government said they are overwhelming evidence, you told Yanti, you brought into this country, talking to a luxury hotel, feeding the man. If you claim that the man committed crime, why you were carrying the hotel? I mean, the family has to cry on you. You promise a young man, you want to damage the future, damage the family to lie on people. You disagree, you already charging and saying to cook. Where's the evidence? How will you want to destroy? So making women Joe Walker as the age, making him president as a crime we committed or the people committed, we told our people. If these people come to power, they will waste on people. If they come to power, this country will not be peaceful. See, less than 2 years. See what is happening? How the whole country see the suffering. See how people suffering. The promises they made to the Liberian people are now forthcoming, but they waste on the people. Let me say a very big thank you to Yanti. Stand by your word. Thank you, they charge you, but we know the Liberian people know it was not Kofa, it was not Sibo, and the other two other Liberian, the capital Bene, it was only Joe Boaka and he left. And what would tell you?
All right, so this caller, good evening.
Yeah, Labor, good evening. This is Swan. We are called from Grand Baxter.
Thank you, Swan, for joining us.
Labor, let me tell you, this government is confused. The people that made the government to be confused did not come with platform. Can you imagine the government lied to us and voted for the government by saying that President William was riding private jet? And now the same president now, President Bola is riding the same private jet. The king in power by rule of law. Today, no rule of law, you can see police people beating all citizens and police themselves beating all each other. There is no rule of law in the country. Everybody is doing their own thing, the government is doing their own thing, and we'll follow all the people watching that how the government will be speeding our resources. So
that's the point. Seriously, you're right. Thank you. Thank you so much. We got 7 months with NOS. We will not start another NOS. 0707203125. That's the number to call. Keep the calls coming. Those of you who been calling in, unfortunately, you couldn't get through. But we are still here. Today's caller, good evening.
My name is Jeremiah P. So I want to say thank you for your program. You know, politics in our country today is confusing everything. And I just want to tell you thank you. The best thing Fanati need to do to hire most of the best lawyers to defend themselves.
Seriously?
Just look at what happened a few days. And a few days, there was a lot of yellow machine with Joseph Boga, photo only, with picture only, we start dancing. Only few people wanted to just take 50 million from the Liberian people pretending. I heard that woman on Akami take a little bit. In fact, the population Akami called now 50,000 can be going few people pocket. Then they take 20 million, 50 million to go give it the balance 50 million, then we then they be dancing around. So politics in our country, almost everybody can graduate now only because of politics. People they go to sit at the radio station, they call the people accept them. You tell Fanati that you look for a lawyer, then they defend a case. If the government is wrong, let it be fair. If he is right, let it be fair. All that law because it will not have been.
All right. Thank you so much. That's the best thing to do, to go to court and trust the process. So let's call up. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my uncle. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Rototown,
Thank you, Uncle, for joining us.
I want to use that time to call upon the CDG youth, the youth brigade, that they want to get in the street. Please, young people, what you should do for us? Y'all go to the Bureau Embassy and carry the complaint about this government. It is Richard Kuhn and his group that set Cattle Building on fire. If nobody should get in the street, you go to police brutalize you for nothing. Don't go to the U.S. Embassy, British Embassy, French Embassy, and carry the complaint. Let them look into our case. This government is like a Saddam Hussein administration in Iraq. Let them come and settle and move the government from power, or else we'll go back to where we come from.
No, man, we will not go back there, Uncle. We will disagree. At the end of the day, Liberia remain. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, neighbor.
Yes, quickly go ahead.
Thank
thank you for your show, Mabel. Mabel, once again, this is Aaron Davis Samuel. I join your discussion for Kuminga Market, the legacy of former President William. Mabel, you see, today when I heard a story about Yanti, Mabel, I thought of the story in the Bible about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who were compared to bow down to foreign God, but they refused. I think Yanti has proven to be the descendant of those guys. Let me say, Abraham, Mabel, what kind of country we eat? That the leader, the present leader, Joseph Baker, Virginia, they just running behind few and neglecting the interests of over millions of human beings in this country. What so much they will get from Fonati that is teaching them all kind of fabrication, lies against those people? What they will get? Today we in the street, we live in the country and so there's no finance minister, there's no bank governor with suffering. Nobody control you everybody get all their own in the country. Then they get behind the people putting lies together. They put one affair, taking $2,000 US. They give it to one guy by the name of Afar. It carried to those guys sensor. To Yanti sensor. Those guys, those women went half press conference telling like them for the money they put brought to be able to convince our brother to lie. There's the money our possession will be able to give it to the Ladremo to be the captain of the media. Is it not gonna be? Is it not gonna be? They put neglected the interest of over millions of Nigerians. They step beyond the what better than that? No, let me tell you. There are so many in the Bible again about a man that is so wrong. And then mayor is that one general. I don't know the scripture, but I found the story. He was running behind one general with the general piano. The one that the man threw so behind, he fell on our soul and down. I think that was happening to the
No, thank you. Thank you so much. To this caller, good evening, Charles Cooper.
Good evening, Mabel.
You're not easy, my brother. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Mabel, you see, from the onset of this whole saga of the Capitol building, the burning of the Capitol building, Mabel, the president himself touched that's the case. You get me?
Yes, we're listening to you, though. Because the president, yeah, according to you.
Thank God you are one of those astute journalists who follow the happening within our country. The case at that time, they are not even launched an investigation. When the president went to visit, I think the then acting quote unquote regime speaker Richard Kuhn, he said that the case was an action case. What informed the president's decision that that was an awesome case when the court had not yet come up with a final judgment or when there was no investigation being made? Maybe whenever the president speaks, it becomes a national policy statement. So everybody who works at the will and pleasure of the president have to subject themselves to that speech of the president. So when the president said that was an action case, that was prejudice in the entire case. And maybe you see, legality is not partiality. Legality is not partiality. From the onset of this case, the case have been very partial. Because maybe if we want to look at the historicity or if we want to historicize the whole burning of the Capitol building, before that event, there were state security that were in charge of the Capitol building because I think there were some attempt of protestation before even the Capitol building was burned.
All right, that was on the 17th. I think on the 17th, then the next day, that won't happen. But again, we moved. So let's call up. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Libo, and co-host in the diaspora. Yeah, I'm Peter Davikas. I come from another street light in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you for the facility to discuss this evening. You know, Labour, this particular government has lost totally balance. They are totally confused. How will you be looking? You say you have tangibility of evidence. How will you be looking for a fake evidence to carry a court? And he can have failed to realize that they are dealing with people that are living in the intellectual and educated society. That's why we told the people yesterday that Joseph Baker is the man of antiquity. He lacks the mental capacity to govern this particular society. And see where we are heading today. So the issue regarding to the burning of the Capitol building, the issue is clear, and the evidence are clear. And you have Joseph Baker, Jeremiah Kuhn, Richard Kuhn, and that of James Kohler and that of Foodie family. These are the guys that run the Capitol building. There's nothing extra.
My man, let's do that. Yeah, man, don't accuse other people too. So this caller don't go to the international line, also to inter. Yes, hello, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Eddie P. calling from Chicken Soup.
Yes, go ahead, Eli.
Let me tell you something. Will that be a fraud? I want for you to say a let's say we see it on the video that the government to get on the boat. So I want for you to say, oh yeah, me that you be saying we are afraid of the government. We're not afraid of them without the let's say able to be under the field. Because we know that the government wants we want to people. So what you ask a let's say for? But that is not the issue. But let me be put to you for me. It comes to any session. Even the government, the top people in the government that doing back to the people, make it to the people to be at their property, the session. I will never feel for that. When you and myself, therefore, don't that with the TV, don't that want to go to the reality. That is not supposed to be visible. What you have to come to people that down below there. What business have to keep out for there? In the position only.
Well,
stop it here, man.
All right, thank you. That go to the international line to be able to talk to some of our people from the diaspora. Yes, indeed, so that they can make their own input on what we're discussing here this evening. Sidiwo, and that of all of you that have been calling in, yes, sorry. There are a lot of you been calling on the WhatsApp number. You can call in now. Let's take a few calls from the WhatsApp number so that we can hear your say too on the happening back home. I know there are a lot of you, sometimes you don't sleep because of the happening back home. You worry a lot about Mama Liberia, the way our governance system, the way things are going and so forth. Sometimes, yeah, it's not easy though, but God there, man, I can tell you, God is there. Roof Roberts member in the monk will be here forever. You know, the people, they got to put themselves together. Now, it's not easy. But let me see, let me go to the WhatsApp line and take Sidinwa Jabo. Sidinwa, good evening. Yeah, thank you for joining us, my dear brother. I know some of you every time you worry about Mama Liberia. So many things happening, and which one you want to talk about quickly?
Yeah, maybe you know that the last batch of refugees from Buduran camp, they are in Liberia, so we don't want to go back to that same area because our generation was destroyed. Foremost, I'm Sidinwa Jabo calling from Florida State, United States, Jacksonville City. Maybe, can you remember the Boulevard Party's manager?
Yeah, up to now, investigation, I don't know how far down they've gone, but maybe we're waiting. Maybe government will come up with their own funding about what happened. But they said investigation still ongoing.
If that man, I think it's a South African whatsoever, that story is a dead story. They say the man swallowed an acid. That man who no more in his sense will swallow whole acid because why they want to clean up. And if you're washing, you will go to that John hotel and clean up everything there. So you erase everything. Just watch the process. You think you see the thing. Everything. Since that room also, they can share money every day about the makeup. When we rest of that issue, something happened at Boulevard Paris. Watch again on John. You see the story. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Watch the story. So those of you back home, you can also keep your calls coming 0770203125. Let me take the caller. Hello, good evening. Thank you, Chumete, thank you for joining us. I was just discussing with one of your basso brother about your yellow machine and you laugh. Oh yes, oh yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Anybody from Guilty? Yes, indeed. I support you 100%. Today's caller, good evening.
Yes, good evening, Mayborn.
Yes, go ahead.
This is Patrick P. Kemu. I call you from Omega Market. The legacy of former President, His Excellency Dr. George Managria. Mayborn, this family of John Yanti would not be brave and put their life on the land and put everything on the land to lie on this government.
So they said, wait, hold on. Are they saying that in fact they have the 2,000 cash with them? Because I'm hearing that in fact the family are saying that they have the first money, I know 2,000 with them. Well, that's not to go ahead.
So the people will not be brave to go and lie on the government. And John Yanti will not be brave to put his leg on his land to sacrifice himself to go beyond bar for
they're just making it for people to see that about them. And government is like, by a 42-year-old experienced man proceeding this kind of way, only God can help Liberia.
Only God can help Liberia. So this quarter, by the time it reaches 8 minutes to go, they will cross over to our team to go home. Hello? Yes, good evening, my dear brother. Go ahead. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Go ahead, my dear brother. We're not here for fun. You want to play phone? Well, it's up to you, but for us, we are very serious.
I just want we the Liberian that will leave the judicial system, which is the court. Let the court do the thing, and I believe for me, I trust the justice system because in power government, people that were in power, they go to court, case go against them. People that were out of power, they go to court, case go against them. Those that won the case and everything here, trust the justice system. They will leave everything with the court. And we should not preempt, say, when they will do this, they will do that. Everything. We're not putting the country first. We're not putting politics and policy and party. It will not tell the country nowhere.
Thank you. You're right. 100% I agree with you. Let's put the country interest first. But let the law be the law. I think that what most of your brothers and sisters they are saying. At least, whether you rich, whether you poor, whether you in power, let the law also protect you. So let's call a good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
This is your old man from Douala.
Yeah, my old man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, neighbor. When the case started, I remember on most of the radio stations, somebody removed the chair from the Capitol building. Another man broke Speaker office, which they were not told to do. Another man put iron gate for the very first time when the Capitol building was being built by Tottenham. That was the very first time for them to put iron gate to the joint chamber. So the people that did that thing, they destroyed the crime scene because when something happens somewhere, both parties are supposed to be held responsible. Why did they care one group of people and left the other people? Because there are two people belong in the house. Why must they carry one and leave one? All of them will be investigated. So DT or three, if they are in Ghana, the Ghanaians, even the Latvian Liberal, they say, they put they're joking in our country, they're playing, they're not serious.
All right, thank you. The people they are joking, and you're right. Because the old folks, let me be frank. When you just stated, you're right. The old folks, the religious people, the old folks, even the old folks, they say, in fact, some of them even cry for salaries. 11 months, a year, some of them can you imagine? Can you imagine what kind of country is this? That traditional people, even because of politics, yesterday they may not even support you. So because of that, you seize their salaries. 11 months. These people are crying every time they're on the radio. Hey, Father God, who bewitch us? The old person come, the guy was, the young boy was there, he was playful. Where do we go with all of these kind of offend people? Before I turn over to Aliu. I don't even know which one we're in now. It's indeed terrible for us as a people because we don't even know which way we're going. This country that's supposed to be peaceful now, that's supposed to be saying yes, indeed we're seeing peace and reconciliation between our leaders. But we're seeing the former president and the current president having meetings. But we're seeing the old folks dancing together. Today, all of the traditional people that work in the previous government, 11 months, they haven't taken pay. And look at you, I know some of you, in fact, that you follow the radio, you see, when we come here, we talk, you get angry. Can you imagine? Even man, for God's sake, if Melbourne support you yesterday and you win election, is that a crime? It's not a crime. When you win for everybody. So it's bad. And Aliu, you just listen to our people, but for me, I don't even know politics now have overcome us. Nothing that we can do to admit politics have overcome us. That's a fact. Aliu, are you there?
Yeah, Memo, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. I'm getting you. I say you just listen to your people back home from their own maybe
Yeah. I listen to the caller. Thanks to the callers for taking their time to participate on the show. So yes, I listened to my brother-in-law who talking about Safoko and Melviko. What about Usin? First of all, let me tell you something. We know how the games can play. We know how the games can play. These are all trick. These are all rhetoric. Yes. So they will carry Safoko or Melviko for that for them. And at the end of the day, they say, okay, we let 2 persons go. So with that, they will say, oh yes, they think we're doing, we're not waste people. Why is it we allow the other 2 people to go? My brother, we know the trick. We know what is happening. Come on, example, see what happened to Priscilla Cooper. She was over there. While we heard, oh, Priscilla Cooper, she's not feeling well, and her lawyer King and signed for her. The next thing we heard, Gregor Coleman say, oh, the pressing center, they say she's supposed to be in, is like this, is like that. That's 2 different statements. That which one we listen to now? So we know that they trick these people, they are playing in this whole thing. Like the old man just said, this is why I don't want to be hurting my head on the whole Fonati Kofa issue, because you will say the 2 people seeing the logic. But because of politics, and then the whole thing attend to CDC and United Party case. Who see carry you to your house? If you leave your house and you go to where you left security in your house, manning your house, when something happen when you come, that your neighbor you will go after or that your security. First of all, I'm sitting here. The moment somebody go 3 feet to my door, my phone alarm, I'm sitting right in my office and looking at who to my door. Okay, yeah, like my children key for school or somebody dropping mail to my door. We in America, we know all of these things. But yet they still, we will be telling the people back home, oh yeah, don't forget about the security there. This and that, let people burn the building. No, what are we learning here to teach our people? Now, if people burn the building, the security are co-conspirator because you told the Liberian people that the building were protected, securities are there. Where were the security when Fonati king? Because you say awesome. When you tell somebody with awesome, meaning that person was present. So we see all of this video evidence because I can't tell Melbourne with awesome and Melbourne to a house for the building to burn. No, which means Melbourne was present. My lawyer told me in that city, and when I listened to what the man named Fonatino lawyer, when he said the city, I said, oh, my lawyer was just telling me the city today because when Charles somebody we also meaning the person were on the scene. So we're waiting for this evidence to come out where Fonatino Kofa and they were on the scene. So this whole thing, I don't want to be talking back and forth. For me, the justice system, as soon Joseph Baka came to power, the first thing, and you use the influence to put Gloria Mususka out, that's the first thing. That's why I don't trust the justice system under this administration. Till we can see tomorrow. God bless America. God bless Liberia, Melbourne. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear brother. And let me say thanks to all of you, our viewers. Indeed, you people are great. Robert Fasulu Jackley asked, in fact, he said something. He said there's a lot of intelligent youth in Liberia only because of hardship, making them to choose SARS. And you're right. Look, Robert, you are quite correct. But let me be frank. No matter what happened to you and Robert, it's good to stand up. I'm seeing a lot of young people in the United Party, let me be frank, that are posting, that are standing up. Look, when you say this is bad, when they gave you the opportunity to change it, don't say, oh, you know, no, you change it right away. That's the best thing to do. But if you sit back, you feel that because it is your time to wait on people too. Now, yesterday, other people, they did, because yesterday, maybe Benny Samukane, maybe they were not giving opportunity to accept. So you're thinking that what you can do too is for you to fight high and get other lawmakers of their positions. I don't think that's the kind of a good country that we all want. If they are guilty, we stand with the law, but we don't want, because let me tell you, there are some issues. There are some issues that can spark off tensions. Maybe you don't even know some of these things. And that what gives CDC hard time. There are some issues that CDC play with. That's why you saw that June 7 protest. It was packed because people felt disappointed the way CDC were in the entire situation. CDC just told over the only thing that they were doing was to remove Kabina Janet. Can you imagine? So after that, what happened to them? And this country belongs to all Liberians, people. That just 6-year contract Liberian people gave to you. It's not everlasting. I'm not friends in Yamale or Wakana Yamale. friends in Yamale. Your friends are crying in your name. All men in power, all people are crying for salaries 11 months. Maybe look, I will find one of these days for this kind of a topic. Friends in Yamale, why do you really want in a country now? Why do you really, I don't get it. So some of you, all you want is to just destroy us because of what some of you are doing. They gave you power for you to serve your people, and you are wage hunting, pick and choosing, doing this and doing that.
This is what I said. The people that surround Mr. Baka, they are the ones calling his government.
I don't give one answer with all the problem because I don't even know. I don't even get it, my brother. They gave you opportunity for you to serve. You are there wage hunting other people, pick and choosing.
These are things that will support President Baka administration. Those people that always working with you, they don't want to spoil your government. Okay.
And they're spoiling already. Because 11 months you don't pay your old people that work in
that work with you. What comes to your mind? What comes to your mind? Empathize it as a family man. If it were you working 10 months, 11 months, they haven't paid you. What comes to your mind? How will your family survive?
What kind of policy is that?
What mind is that? Why be so
belong to one group of people?
You see?
I gotta go home, man. I'm just look.
Man, even our ministers, our government officials, these people, they everything in the country is all about politics. This is not right. Why they say if you don't want these people to work with you, pay them off.
11 months, you poor people, you can't pay them. They keep crying for radio station to even the people, if the men said that, in fact, they even went to our college and kneel down. Oh, God, Jesus.
The EPS soldiers backing this government. Even if you can't get all our money, but get half, at least. What this kind of thing should be happening when you decide to put people down, you put them down, you pay them off, you bring your partisan on board. But you can't put people down and you can't pay them off. You see? So what in essence, when you say some of these things, people say, oh, in your part, this is just the fight. These are things that bring loss into the country.
My brother, thank you. Good night. I'm feeling so disappointed because this is not politics. You owe people, you can't pay them in the name of job because they serve the previous government. Is that the justification? So they says here a lot of everlasting. I see why Africa. Look, I think Donald Trump. When you be careful, Donald Trump will even put more sanctions. Let me tell some of you. You're taking up a joke. You don't be
see why African leaders don't let to live. You see why African leaders don't let to live.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Monitor people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end of the rest of them. So welcome and live with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris who make on you. I can't Sktv venue. C'est ma chenille, tina ke ase ma jamu. Enji sano muni, emu aye yo. Enji lofa mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagiyarina ya tumale, Sktv, ena napagiyarina, tosi wako maya tumale.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombay, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.